Hi, welcome back. I'm Dickie Spiroff at Homestead Physical Therapy, going on session 3 of our home exercise programs. Today we're going to be going over TheraBand routine. It's a resistive type of tubing that you can use at home that we would instruct you in to perform isokinetic exercises to help improve the strength and range of motion of your shoulder. The first exercise that we're going to perform today is shoulder flexion. The bands that we would provide you would be determined on your strength. Red is a medium strength band resistance. What I'm going to have this patient do is I'm going to have him step on the TheraBand. He's going to hold on to it with his hand. There's a loop that's been made to hold on to it. We're going to have him position his thumb so it's facing straight up. Again, just like in all the other segments, posture is key. So we want to make sure he's got good posture, shoulders are back, to allow the shoulder to track in the groove properly. I'm going to have him take his thumb up to the ceiling. We like to stop him at 90 degrees and then come back down nice and slow. Now if you find that the resistance that the band is giving you is not enough, remember we're stopping at 90 degrees, you find that the resistance is not enough, what you can do is you can choke up on the band so it creates more resistance. And again, stopping at 90 degrees. The reason I like the patients to stop at 90 degrees is once they go over that 90 degree barrier, a lot of times they start to compensate and raise the shoulder up and they kind of get themselves in a bad situation. The muscle is going to work the same if you go from 90 versus going all the way up to 120. So what we do with all of our patients, we generally stop them at 90 degrees. The next exercise that he's going to perform is shoulder extension. At home, what you can do is have this tied onto a doorknob. You can tie it onto the doorknob. Let's just switch this around like this. As you see, I've got a loop that's been made into the TheraBand. I'm going to go right here. We're going to close the door. You would hold on to that a moment. And I'm going to have you facing this way so we can extend the shoulder. Arms going to be back. Posture. Head is nice and straight. And he's going to take that straight back. Good. You're going to hold that and back. Nice and slow. When you're doing this, you usually do a set of 10. One set of 10 to start out with. If you find that one set of 10 after the first day is easy and you don't have any pain, you can then progress to 2 sets of 10. Very good. Good. I'm going to take that off of there. That was for shoulder extension. I didn't mention with the previous exercise, what we're working when we bring the shoulder in the shoulder flexion is the anterior delt. What we're doing when we're doing the posterior direction or extension was the posterior delt. The next exercise he's going to perform is external rotation. Again, you take this loop, put it through the doorway here. I'm going to have to hold on to that door. You put a towel on the arm here to just face it out from the side of your body. Let me hold on to that. You make a loop around your hand, with the loop being on the outside of the hand here. Again, posture is key. Shoulders are back. Arm is at 90. And basically he's going to take that knuckle straight. Okay. Do you notice what he just did? He broke his wrist as he went out. What I like to tell the patients is to keep that wrist nice and straight. So when you're pulling, this is the motion right here. What this works is the external rotator, so the infraspinatus. Very, very good exercise, but a lot of people too often will break the wrist when they're doing that. And they'll end up getting more of the forearm extensors, and we don't want that. What we want to work is the shoulder. So key here is shoulders are square. We have good posture, we have a towel for a spacer between the arm, and we're keeping that wrist nice and straight. We perform 10 reps, and we stop. Now for filming purposes, we're going to go to the opposite shoulder so we can show you shoulder internal rotation. Basically, he's going to have the towel under his arm again to give him a little space. He's going to wrap the band around his hand. Wrist is going to stay locked. And he's now going to pull it into his body for internal rotation. This is working the subscapularis. It's a very, very good and very important muscle to work, as if all of these exercises. Again, 10 repetitions, making sure you're having no pain. Muscle burn is fine, but we don't want to have any pain whatsoever. Thank you. Okay, so far we've done both flexion, extension, internal and external rotation. Now we're going to work abduction. So for shoulder abduction, go ahead and we're going to put the hoop back on the hand. He's going to step, if you would, just step on that band for me. Let's get it so it's a little better here. There you go. Making sure you step good on the band so it doesn't come back and snap up and hit you. We're going to have the elbow straight, thumb up. Shoulders are going to be square, and he's going to raise his hand up to 90 degrees and then back down, nice and slow. Up to 90 degrees and back down. This is working the supraspinatus, one of the rotator cuff muscles. One more time. Very good. And if you notice, this patient's not tilting his body. He's remaining straight. His core, his torso, everything is straight. The only motion that's coming is at the shoulder. Another thing to keep an eye on is that when you lift up, you don't go anterior with this. You want to keep that shoulder in the plane that it's supposed to go, in this plane right here. If you would, just turn to the side so they can see what I'm saying. So when he's going up, he's not going here and up. He's going straight out to the side. Perfect, thank you. The last of the exercises is shoulder adduction. He's going to be pulling it in. So for filming purposes, we're going to go to the opposite side here. I'm going to put this back on the door. Hold the door like this. I'm going to have you step away, just slightly. Arm down by your side. Just step out just a bit more. Good. And now I want you to pull the arm into you. 1. Notice he's square. He's standing up nice and straight and tall. 2. 3. 4. And 5. That's shoulder adduction. Very, very good. Okay. There is one more exercise that you can perform with the TheraBand. Well, there's several, but out of our program. And it's basically scapular retraction. And what we do with that is we have the patients take the TheraBand, wrap it around the doorknob, like so. Standing up nice and straight and tall. Arms are straight out in front of you, and they're going to take their elbows straight back, like so. Elbows are straight back. The only thing I can tell you with this exercise is you want to make sure that you wrap the band well around the doorknob so it doesn't come back and pop you. Thank you again for our series in the TheraBand activities. We'll be back soon with our low back exercises.